In our previous video, we found that this bass was not ready to be part of any team. Still doesn't mean we're going to cut it just yet. There's still work that can be done with this bass. We know that this bass can't compete against our nose tackle Ryan Pickett, as we can see here. This bass has clearly lost the battle for the line of scrimmage. So we're still working, trying to find a bass that can compete with this nose tackle. And when we do, we'll take that bass and try to work it into our lineup for offensive linemen. The bass that you see to the left of the figure is the bass that's not ready for our team. So we're going to pull that bass off and we're going to move it over here. We have a new bass that we've worked on to see if this bass will compete against our nose tackle Ryan Pickett. Let's see what happens. This bass, although it lost, it showed a little bit more promise than our previous bass. So I'm going to work with this one a little bit to see if we can get more out of it. Remember the fifth prong that I talked about in the previous video? Well, here's a better look at it right here. That prong helps this bass to turn sharply. Without that prong, the bass would still turn, but it will turn with more of a, it will have more of the side going out into the turn as opposed to the front. It's kind of like the rear seat of a fire engine. There's a steering wheel back there, and when the engine goes to turn a corner, that back seat driver, he controls the wheel also, which helps the back of the vehicle turn in time with the truck without the truck sliding off to the side. Also, if you observe here, remember that notch that I talked about? When you see that notch facing down like this, that lets you know that your bass is set to go straight, which this particular bass is. This is the bass that we tested in the previous frame. Okay, now I'm ready to start tweaking this bass. So I'm going to go to these rear prongs first. Take my duckbill pliers. Going to reach inside. Going to squeeze. Go to the next prong. Do the same. And since I'm here, I'm going to go to the front prongs. Remember, don't reach too far down. We don't need to go all the way in like this. Leave some on the end there. Let's see. We're going to try to get this prong. Okay. Grab the front prong, squeeze it. Grab the other front prong, squeeze it. Now you see how I'm leaving some at the bottom there? I'm not going all the way in. See that? Just leaving some of that prong still stiff because we don't want to weaken that prong. Okay. Now we're going to test this bass for resistance against our nose tackle Ryan Pickett. And we're going to see what we get. Now that we've done our tweaks to our bass, we're looking at the guard Josh Sitton, number 71. And we're matching him up against our nose tackle Ryan Pickett. Let's see what this bass can do now. It held its ground. I like that. But I don't think it's going to make guard for me. I think this bass will work out best if we move it to center. So we're going to bring in Evan Dietrich Smith, number 62. And we're going to see how well he can hold up on this bass. Let's see what happens. Not much difference. So I'm going to keep working with this one. This base is showing promise, but I'm not quite sold on it yet. We tried the base out on the center and the guard. Now I want to test this base on the offensive tackle. So I brought out my left tackle, David Bakhtiari, number 69. And remember the maneuver that I talked about in the last video, the maneuver where I showed the figure spinning in circles, like this. I said this maneuver was a no-no. But there is a time when I use this maneuver. I use it in pass protection situations. So I just brought out my defensive end, B.J. Raji, and I brought out my quarterback figure, Aaron Rodgers. Basically what I look for in this maneuver, I want my left tackle to use his left hand and the left corner of its base right here. I look for this tackle to use those two parts to make contact with my defensive end. This contact is going to take the defensive end off of his route to the quarterback. We basically are going to try to get this defensive end to go short, thereby giving our quarterback figure the opportunity to throw the football downfield. Let's watch what happens. See the contact there? That has now forced the defensive end this way, away from our quarterback. Observe. We have plenty of time to throw the football. So this base, as I said before, is showing me much promise. I'm Mo. Thanks for watching.